doing? I literally just brought him in and he just went wild again. Is he gonna run back? Okay, he just ran once, he was running all over. All right, so there he is again. Okay, sorry about that. Bailey was going nuts. He was running back and forth, running all over the place. I had to like stop the camera because it was distracting me so much I couldn't even talk. Like I kept having to like stop and redo, and I think he just wanted to play, you know, and throw the ball around. All right, so welcome back to my channel. It's so good seeing you here. My name is Desiree if you're just now joining me, where I share all things of home and home decor here on my platform. But in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my 2023 Christmas haul. I shopped at Hobby Lobby, TJ Maxx, I'm not sure, because usually I always pick up something from TJ Maxx or Marshalls, so that might be in there. Target, Amazon, I think I said Hobby Lobby, oh, and McGee Company. Those were the stores that I pretty much focused on. I gave myself a budget, and I didn't quite reach it just quite yet, but it's pretty close. I always do that every year. It's not a small, like a super small budget, like, you know, $50, but it's not something large either where it's like $500. I just give myself a little bit of that I'm comfortable with, and that is it. Once I reach it, no matter how bad I want something, if I didn't get it and it didn't meet it this year, then I just go for next year. So, but before I go any further, I definitely wanted to share some news with you guys. I am doing my first collaboration with my dear friend who I've known for a year now. Her name is Jessica, Jessica's Humble Abode. And next week we are sharing our home decor of trimming the tree and living room. So it's going to be a decorate with me video. So if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. And hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on those videos, because it's that time where all of a sudden, we're gonna be sharing lots of inspiration, and I don't want you to miss out on anything. I'm super excited to be doing it with her because, like I said, I've known her for a year, just like I've known Tori Flores, and honestly, that is one thing that I love about this community is meeting friends and making friends throughout the, around the world with not only my creators, but with also you guys. That is something that I really truly want to do, is build a community. I am a people person. I love meeting people, talking with people. At my times, I do have my little introvert where I'm like, okay, I got to just kind of like reset myself because I've got way too much going on. So I definitely do step back, but I have balance, but I am definitely a people person. So if you haven't done so already, leave me comments because I love talking with you guys. All right, you guys are here for the haul. Enough talk. Let's go ahead and get started on my very first purchase. And I'm going to start with Amazon, just because that was the very first thing that I purchased was some ribbon, and ribbon's not like super exciting. So I wanted to share that one at least with you first. Okay, so this is the very first ribbon that I got. I want to say it was like maybe $10. It's and I should have opened this up for you guys, but ahead of time. It is like a very sheer chiffon. It's not type of ribbon. It's not super thick, and it's not stiff, but it came in like a mocha brown or chocolate brown. This one is kind of more of a caramel, I would say. And then this is like a taupe or a mushroom. And I got this with the intentions of tying them around things. But because it's not really a stiff ribbon, I might not really like it. So I am all about reusing and repurposing something. So if I tend to not like these, then I am definitely going to use them for, Christmas gifts, where I can wrap them up around the presents. Same for this one. This one cost me $9.99. Sorry, I'm just gonna throw that back there. And this was another ribbon that I purchased. It is kind of like a gold brown. It was really hard to tell in the picture, and that's one thing why I was really leery about shopping for any type of velvet ribbon on Amazon. Not that it's Amazon's fault, but it's just like I wasn't sure how true the color was in photos. I'm more of like, I want to be in the store. I want to be able to see it in person with my own eyes, touch it, feel it, and see, the texture of it. So I truly do love shopping more so in person, but I do, have my fair share of shopping online when I need something. So this one, again, I was thinking of doing ornaments. I really wasn't super thrilled about the color. I was expecting it to be a little bit more darker brown versus more of like a gold. But again, I can always use this for wrapping up with gifts. So that was the two things that I got as far as ribbons from Amazon. Okay, so the next item, you probably have seen these quite a few times now already. I wanted them a couple of years ago, but again, they didn't fit in my budget. Like I said, if I've already met my budget for the year for Christmas shopping, then I don't go over it. That's it, and I get it when I get to it. And sometimes I find that I'm no longer interested in it, which means I didn't love it. And then there's other times like this that I'm like, nope, I'm still wanting this. So these are the 3 bells. They came in 3 different sizes, a large, a medium, and a small. And the you can actually, this one's a little bit harder, but you can, if you wanted to place them on the table, push the, I don't know what it's called, but basically the little centerpiece inside, so that way you can have it sitting flat onto a tabletop. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this. It's not burlap. I forgot what it's called. Twine. It's like a real thick twine. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that on there, but they are beautiful. They're supposed to be vintage cowbells. And then I'll just give you a little peek inside. I don't know how true vintage they are, but without making it so loud, I just think they're beautiful, they're classic, and I honestly feel that things such as like bells and ornaments just never go out of style. That's something that you see year after year. So this isn't a bad purchase. They were $21.99 for a set of 3, which is honestly to me a steal, because I do know that in the past when I started seeing them getting closer to Christmas, they upped the price. I want to say, if it was the same vendor, it was like $55 or $60 when it got close to Christmas time. So I picked these up really early on for only $21.99. Okay, my next purchase from Hobby Lobby, once again, and it kind of goes off for the very first time that I showed you, it is ribbon. So when I got the ribbon from Amazon, like I said, I wasn't super thrilled, so I picked out what colors they had left. Here was a little bit more of a chocolate brown. This one right here is more of a gray, and then this one here is more of a mushroom taupe. And I'm sorry for the glare because it's still wrapped up in the plastic. And then just like that other chiffon ribbon, I did find a green, dark hunter green ribbon as well. I really wanted like a thick, wide green velvet ribbon, and I just wasn't finding it. I'm sure if I kept looking on Amazon, I probably would, but I felt like I spent too much on just ribbon because I was trying to find the right ones, like I said, yeah, I probably wish I didn't have that. I can't even talk right now. I wish I wouldn't have purchased the ones on Amazon because, like I said, I already kind of spent a chunk of money out of my budget to try to get some ribbons. So I'm going to use what I have, and next year I can always add to it. Now these ribbons, before I go any further, because I was like, oh, I'm done, pause, and then I'm gonna go to my next item. I wanted to let you know that all of these ribbons only cost $12, so not bad for the amount of spools that I got and amount of variety of colors, where, like I said, that Amazon one was $10 for just that one roll. Okay, so the next item is, you're probably wondering, is it a wreath tesserae or is it garland? It is garland. I really wanted the Norfolk pine from Kirkland's. I don't have a Kirkland's near me. It's actually about 2 hours away. So my husband and I were gonna make a day out of it, and I just, time didn't allow me to, working 6 days a week, it's kind of hard. So I ended up just finding this one here at HomeGoods for $34.99. Their price did increase because last year when I was looking at this exact same one, it was only $24.99, and I didn't pick it up then because, again, I had already met my budget. So I did pick it up this year, and I really like this one. Even though it's not super full, it has that still realistic feel I love the gold brush berries that they put on there. It just, for me, I'm not much of a yellow gold or super shiny. I really like the brushed look. It just looks very vintage to me, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of brass. So that's just the style that I like. And then they have these little tiny pine cones. Like I said, it's not super full. And I love this so much. I wanted to do this, like I said, last year. So I have a little bit more left over for my budget, and I'm actually thinking about purchasing one more because I definitely want to have this everywhere. Okay, so that was the one and only item that I got at HomeGoods this year. So you know what? I actually didn't purchase anything from TJ Maxx or Marshalls. So moving on to then my next item is this McGee and Company tree skirt. If you watched my Christmas marathon video, you saw that I did a blanket. I didn't have a tree skirt last year. I mean, I did, but it definitely did not go with my tree. And I used to go with a style that I used to go with about 4 years ago. And so I just used a blanket, and that worked out just fine. But this year they came out with the Studio McGee bobble knit tree skirt. And I'm gonna go ahead and insert a picture here so you can actually see the full, look of it with it being laid out completely flat. They did a knit blanket last year, Studio McGee did, and I purchased it. It came in 4 different colors. It came in like almost like a cream, or not a cream, like an off-white, I guess. And then it came in with like a caramel color, a deep red, and a deep green. I honestly wanted all 4 colors. Like it was, I loved the style of it. I love the little bobble knit detail on it. It was so beautiful. I ended up buying the 2 neutral colors and ended up taking the one that was kind of like this color back and just stuck with just the caramel one again, because like I said, I wanted something else more and wanted to fit it under my budget. So I did purchase this. This was $34.99, well worth it in my opinion, because I needed a tree skirt. I'm kind of like I don't need to have, 20 different types of tree skirts. I just want one. And this is something that will be perfect now that I have this type of style that will go with any type of theme that I pretty much do. Even with the tree color that I did, like I said, 4 years ago, where we used to buy real trees, I would do a red and gold. This would be just fine with it. And that's kind of like the tree skirt that I had before that, like I said, just didn't really work with what the style I do now. So I'm really happy about this one. It is absolutely beautiful. Like I said, I put the picture over. It's either gonna be here or there. I don't know which one. I think I keep moving the tree skirt over here, so I'm probably gonna pop it over on this side, but really happy with this one as well. All right, so the last 2 items that I purchased from, this one was from McGee and Company. Oh my gosh, I was late to the game, but they did have 2 styles left, and I ended up returning the one, and I'll kind of go into it on the reason why. It was nothing at all like a manufacturer issue. It was beautiful. But I purchased this one here, and it is like a Mercury glass. It is so gorgeous. First of all, the quality of these ornaments are amazing. And excuse me if my hands are so dry. The weather is so bad I cannot keep lotion on my hands. It like just soaks it up and then it's like dry again. So forgive me if my hands look a little dry. But anyways, it is this beautiful Mercury glass ornament. These were $10 a piece, and the McGee Company just reminded me of that. It's this gorgeous, deep, rich brown. It's a Mercury glass, and it is beautiful. I love the quality of the topper for the ornaments. It is just this deep, it's not even a brass. It's almost like a little bit more brown vintage look to it. I am going to change out the string, and that is because I definitely want this to be closer to the tree. When they do end up putting strings on it, it tends to be too long on a tree, and I don't really like that. So with the intentions of using the velvet ribbon, I was going to do that. However, I tried it, and I wasn't a real big fan of it. So I don't think I'm gonna do that for the ornaments, but I am going to use my regular hooks. And when I tried it with that one, it brought it up exactly where I wanted it to. And I just kind of like the look of it better. So that's what I'm gonna do. But look at just how amazing this beautiful ornament is. I got 4 of those. All right, my final item from McGee Company. I saw this and I thought I can probably find it cheaper. I went to HomeGoods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. I looked everywhere for a dupe, a more simpler version. I could not find it anywhere, and the Mercury trees that I was looking at were about $16. So I thought to myself, what is 10 more dollars, Desiree? You love this. I want to, you've been wanting to incorporate a lot more of that deep, dark green, like a hunter green is how I kind of describe it, into my decor since last year. And I had a really hard time finding it. I can always find the reds and burgundies, which eventually I kind of actually want to go into. I'm slowly trying to incorporate into my style without having to redo everything. And, but yes, I purchased the McGee Company Mercury tree, which is just absolutely gorgeous. It is so beautiful, and I can see the light already kind of going through it right now, and it is amazing. Now, the one thing is I will say this was $25, so like I said, it was just $10 more. Like, I don't know why I was making such a fuss. I think it's because I was really trying to stretch out my budget to try to get as much as I could, but the TJ Maxx and the ones from those stores had a solid base. This is hollow, so as you can see, I can put my hand through it, and I had an idea of taking a little tea light, not candle, but a faux candle, a little battery operated one, and putting it through and lighting that up, and I just think that would be so beautiful. Really happy with this one. I didn't get the larger one. I just wanted one. Sometimes I don't want to go overboard, because if I go overboard on just one little thing, I tend to like get burned out on it. So I just felt this was perfect. It's going to be timeless. It is so worth the $25. Okay, so that's a wrap. That's pretty much everything that I purchased for this year. I really try to focus on, again, just kind of like last year. If you haven't seen that marathon, I'll definitely have that linked at the very end of this video for you. But last year, I really always just focused on the tree, of changing up a theme maybe that I have slowly, would, buy ornaments for every year. And, that pretty much was my decor. And I really wanted to spread Christmas throughout my whole entire home. So last year I made a point of doing so with my budget. And then this year, I'm just kind of expanding on that. And then again, incorporating what I want to incorporate. So I can, I'm more of a neutral girl. I think it's kind of obvious here on my channel, but I definitely want to add more of like that deeper green. I definitely want to next year add more of that red. You will see pops of red though in my house that I've purchased in the past. So I'm super excited about sharing that with you as well. All right, everybody, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you don't mind giving me a thumbs up, I really, truly appreciate it. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you here. Don't forget, hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on next week's video with my dear friend, Jessica, the whole decorate with me living room and trimming the tree. All right, everybody, I gotta get to work. You all have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.